Hi, this is Piyali from Infinite Control. Welcome to my channel. So today I will share my experience and my reflection on two books that I have finished and I will share my thoughts on these two books. So let's start. So my first book is The Humans, written by Matt Haig, and so this book is on a scientist whose name is Andrew Martin, who was a professor in Cambridge University. Then all of a sudden, one day, it will this person, an incident will happen, and this professor of this university will be found walking naked through the streets of Cambridge, and everybody will be very curious and surprised to see him like that. When he will go back to his home, his wife and son will understand because he was suffering from illness or something like that. So he was on medicine, and they will understand, everybody will understand that he is suffering from something, that's why he is behaving like that. But actually, he was coming from another planet. It was not the person they were thinking, not the professor. So he was coming from Vonadoria, and they are actually Vonadorian. So they are coming to, actually he came here in this art to kill this professor's wife and son. And then he will understand that this professor was doing an experiment on Riemann hypothesis. It's about the spaces between the prime numbers and why it changes and how it works all, and the way of the process, everything related to it. But this person, this another species or coming from the other planets, Vonadorian, they call Vonadorian, and he when he will go through all these human things, and he will be surprised at every point. Other people will not understand because he was look alike this professor Andrew Martin, so they will not understand. They will only think when he will behave oddly, they will only think because of he's on medicine, his wife will think that he's taking diazepam or other medicines, so he is behaving oddly, that's why. But the reason actually he was behaving oddly was that he was coming from some other planets. And when he is going through all these experiences, he actually, the story written in a way like he's becoming surprised, he's getting surprised by all this behavior that human does, and he is learning it. He is also becoming a part of these human beings, and he's becoming this human. When he will feel the first emotion, when he will understand that why their skin colors are different, when he will understand all these different concepts of science, maths and all. Okay, so their planet was full of other things. When he will at last explain to his son, because his son will be very curious that where he is coming from, when he will disclose about his actuality, because he will get attached to his family, this wife of Andrew Martin and his son. And at last they will get to know that who he is actually, and then he will start explaining where he's coming from. There he will explain that from where he is coming from there is no pain, everything is beautiful, the only religion is mathematics, there are no families, there are the hosts, they give instructions, and there is everyone else. The advancement of mathematics and the security of the universe are the two concerns. There is no hatred, there are no fathers and sons, there is no clear line between biology and technology, and everything is violet. So it also happens sometimes with him that he feel like very odd, and he can feel some disturbing things in his body, because he was coming from a place where everything is violet, and when he came to this art he is seeing a lot of other colors. So this book is awesome. This book is awesome, and it's not a slow paced book, but if you take it slowly you will understand far more better than if you are keeping your own pace, or if you are trying to finish it as early as possible. So because there are lots of other things, lots of scientific things, lots of the most funniest thing about reading this book is that this book explains how human beings are very funny, very complicated, or how they are like very different, but still they have their own beauties and they have their own process, and you will feel very light-hearted when you will, like, I think I felt very light-hearted. Basically I felt very light-hearted, and I felt very like it's also important in our life to come out of our own boundaries, or own that societal mask. And this book will help you, or it I think it helps me to come out and being an outsider even from this human form, and to see how seriously, how really human works, and how really humans see things, and how they make things complicated with their emotions, and how funny it is at times. And the experience is really a very good experience, and that Matt Haig is a great person to give you all these different types of feelings and realizations. So this book is good, and you will find everything, this society, this this emotional different shades, the science, the mathematics, everything you will find here. So I enjoyed a lot. This book I enjoyed a lot. So my next book is Lullaby. I think it's the correct pronunciation. I don't know. Just pardon me if I'm pronouncing wrongly, or I don't know. So it's written by Leila Slimani, and it's a French story basically. It's translated from the French by Saint Teller. So this story started when a child, Adam, is dead, and there are two children, and that one is Adam and one is Mila. They both belongs to Miriam and Paul, and they actually they were living in a home, and suddenly the wife of this Paul decided to join a farm of like lawyer's farm, because she wanted to be a lawyer. But when she was giving birth to these two children, she was very busy with these two children, and she has to forget all the things about her career, and she was missing out all these days of her college and her education, how bright student she was. And it was a long depressing and distressing moments in her life. So she shared it with her husband, and they had a clash that why she needs to do something outside, because she was feeling she was becoming more underappreciated for her own individuality, and she was losing her own life, and like it becoming boring, and sometimes she is feeling like she's not feeling happy and all these things. And she realized that she needs to join and start working and start doing things on her own career, own life. So she started her work, and then the need of a nanny, or the need of a caretaker for her children, arises. And they decided to like give an advertisement to hire someone for their children. And there a lot of people comes, because she was very perfect with her children. Okay, she was very caring, and she was trying to be a good mother, though her mother-in-law was very critical about her doing work in the outside. So she was facing a lot of social struggle as well. And then she started working. Then she finds someone, lousy, and that person was like, when she meets her, that person gives her the confidence, and she was very dependent on her. She understood that she can depends on her with her behavior and all, and she started doing work and joined there. After that, this Lausi become a very dependable person for their family, and they all like, they can forget their all responsibilities, and they can depend heavily on this person. And this person was taking care of their children without saying a lot about herself, and without complaining, or without like, um, the way we want helping hand will work for ourselves. Okay, all perfect, all all the responsibility she will take without any questions. So they gave like someone like lousy. And then started, she was having a lot of issues. She was like not having money, so she was doing a lot of things to just arrange money to give her rent of where she lives. So and also she was, like, her husband was dead, and her one daughter attempted suicide. So it was all mess in her life, that person, lousy. And she was all the mental health issues because her husband was very abusive towards her. So she has that tendency to getting angry, and so she was doing all she wants in her life in an indirect way in this family. She wanted to be a part of this family in any way. So like she was sometimes arranging birthday parties, anything she can do just to get busy with all the work, and just to demand her position and all these things. Ultimately, they will depend a lot, and ultimately, what will happen? This is the story about that. I will not reveal all the story, but yes, this story is a very interesting story. This story is all about the character Lausi. Lausi is the main character here, I think, and how she is facing her life, how she is very like struggling with the society, with her mental health, and what kind of thoughts she is having, how she is behaving with these two children, where she is coming from, what kind of experiences she having. All these things are there. It's very interesting book, but it's also a slow paced. I think it's also like, it's not a slow paced book, but if you take it slowly, you will understand a lot of shades of this character loves. So I enjoyed all throughout. Yes, sometimes I felt bored because it was like, I feel like it's dragging unnecessarily something. But yeah, it's kind of cloudiness also is there. But the main interesting point is this character Lausi. And also, I think the moral of the story is, if you are depending on something, anything, anyone, any situation, overly, then there is consequences you have to face. So I think this story, I enjoyed also of the story. So this was all. So I hope you all are doing well and reading a lot of books. So let me know your experiences with books. Nowadays I am posting this book reflection after a long time, because I was reading something else but I couldn't finish that, so I didn't share all these books in the while, and I was also doing some other work, so I didn't get the time. So I was taking time, and I also took time to finish these two books because I didn't want it to be very quick. I wanted to enjoy these two books. So yes, this was two books I have finished, and finished it with a lot of, patience and understanding. That's, I think, the most happiest experience, and that's the main achievement when you read a book. We will meet soon. So take care and bye.